Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday morning. See, post game day in the Europa League last night. So we'll be talking about the Europa League game, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, everything that goes involved into a game. So we're talking about all of that. We're talking about, obviously, Radu's moment of madness. We're talking about, you know, the star performances and obviously debut performances in Europe for a lot of these players. So we're talking a lot about that. Obviously, to give you a heads up as to what is coming, basically. Obviously, later on today, we will be doing the preview ahead of the Manchester United game on Sunday afternoon. So the preview will be done today. Obviously, really looking forward to that game now. Obviously, we're just going to have a quick chat about yesterday and then look forward, obviously, ahead to the big game on Sunday. Just want to say that if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Morning, Spurs. Morning, Dan. Still buzzing after yesterday. Yeah. Morning, Mark. Azempic. How are we all? What a win, but scared for Sonny. Let's see on Sonny. Ange's giving nothing away on it just yet. Such a shame Bergvall got pulled due to Dragusin red. Exactly, Jessica. Morning, Luke, mate. How are you? Morning, Dean. Dean, are you still winning the FBL by any chance? I haven't actually looked at the league table. I'm so far down in the league. I don't really know what's going on. Are you still leading? Also, a heads up, I do need to go out today and I need to go and buy the new FIFA. Obviously, I need to start recording some career mode for this channel. I need to start recording, obviously, the Ultimate Team for the second channel. So what a crazy, awful world I live in, eh? I have to play FIFA on YouTube. But anyway, let's jump in. Let's talk about the game yesterday. You're joining me at the bottom. Oh, mate, this is where the vibes are. The vibes of the FPL are towards the bottom of the league. Who wants to be at the top? Boring. Come towards the bottom of the league. That's where all the fun is. But look, let's talk about the game yesterday. It was a game of swings and roundabouts. It was, you know, we started the game off slowly. And I think this is the issue at the moment. We are starting some of our games too slowly. Obviously, we go 1-0 down to Brentford. It kicks us into gear. And that was a similar thing that happened last year, that we would go 1-0 down and we go, you know, or we'd start a game slowly. We're 0-0 at half time where we're against a team that we should be 2-0 up at half time. And yesterday was no different. We started the game slowly. You know, we talked about it from Van Gogh himself, who told us everything about Qarabag and what to expect. And he talked about, hey, Juninho up front is quick. He's going to cause issues. And lo and behold, Dragusin takes a poor touch. Juninho nips him and he pulls him down. It's a red card. And I think everyone could sense it was a red card. You know, it was so obvious a red card as well. You know, I don't think anyone could sit there and be like, that's not a red card. It is a red card. You know what I mean? It's one of those clear cut, don't bother with VAR, just play the game on. And it was so gutting, more so for Bergvall. Obviously, Bergvall then, there has to be someone that comes off. And I totally get why it was Bergvall, because Bissouma is the sixth. And in terms of, at some point you're going to have to get on the ball. You can't just hoof it long and play with 10% possession. We're not Arsenal. It's not what we do. By the way, I don't get the comparison between Arsenal's situation and our situation, but I digress. You needed Bissouma. Okay. The reason why Sarr stayed on is because Sarr has an energy tank like I've never seen before. The guy played 90 minutes yesterday and was just up and down all day. The guy ran himself into the ground. So fair play. Because I was sitting there around the 60th minute when I was starting to get a little bit shaky, starting to get a bit nervous. And I was sort of thinking, this game requires Bentancur now. We need Bentancur. And he took Bentancur, put him on, but took Bissouma off. And I was a bit like, I would have kept Bentancur on with Bissouma. Now, this is obviously why I'm not a Premier League manager, by the way, because Ange knows better than I do. And he was right to keep Sarr on. He really was. I thought Sarr was magnificent yesterday. Absolutely magnificent yesterday. For a guy who I think has got a bad rap from some of the fans, you know, because I think they see the new shiny toys in like Archie Gray and Bergvall and Mikey Moore and Lancashire, and they forget Pape Matar Sarr was that last year. He was exactly what you think of those players last year. And it was so good for Pape to have a really good game. And he did have a really good game. I thought him and Bissouma, obviously, they work so well together, him and Bissouma. They know each other's games. Obviously, the last season playing so much football with one another. They were fantastic. I thought Bissouma and him were magnificent. And it was so funny. Bissouma misplaced one pass and Twitter went in on him. And I was like, Johnson scored. I forgot. Johnson scored. You can't actually slag him off. So you find the next one to slag off, this next scapegoat. It's like he's allowed to misplace a pass. You know, Rodri's allowed to misplace a pass. You know, Busquets and Xavi, Iniesta, you know, Toni Kroos, Xabi Alonso. They're all allowed to misplace a pass. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that's how football works. And it was pathetic, Twitter, yesterday when Bissouma did that. But he was magnificent, Bissouma, and I will have no one tell me otherwise. He was absolutely brilliant yesterday. You know, composed on the ball, won so many fouls when we were, you know, under the cosh. On the ball, used it very well, dribbled past players, you know, good in the tackle. I'm going to come to his penalty in a minute. So all in all, I thought he was brilliant. I really did. Hopeful on Sonny. When Odegaard got injured, Ange said straight away it was significant, so fingers crossed. Well, Ange just said he was tired. Hey, Bazza, mate, how are you? Johnson saw Solanke pressure. What pressure? We'll come to those. We'll come to those two attackers in a minute. Read Shakespeare, lads. It's all fake play. Dragusin Red, proudly sponsored by BetMGM. Jesus Christ. That is how you eat your dinner. Exactly, Rec. How are you? Biss did have a yellow for arguing with the pen decision, so that might have had a factor, but Saar was good. Exactly. Headed to uni today. Well, look, mate, enjoy yourself. What is it that you're studying, Bazza? What is it that you're studying, and where is it that you're going? Feels a bit weird. You don't have to tell me where you go, mate. That felt a bit weird. But if you want to, you're more than welcome to. Look, more importantly, though, when we look at that defence, wasn't it funny when they went, that Juninho's quick. Careful of that. And Mickey van der Ven went, quick. You want to see quick? I'll show you quick. And Mickey just ate every one of their attackers up for fun in the speed. It was lovely. Mickey is just brilliant. I love Mickey. I think a lot of people giving Davies a lot of stick. He really wasn't as bad as people thought he was. I think that's just more of an agenda-driven thing. He wasn't as bad as everyone thought he was. He was defensively solid, cleared the ball multiple times, decent with the ball, didn't give away a lot. Yes, maybe he got picked out of the possession once or twice, but he hasn't played much football, so he's a little bit rusty. I thought he was decent, and he's going to be needed, by the way, in this Europa League. I know that might hurt some ears. He's going to be needed. Dragusin is now missing 3 games. So Dragusin is only going to come back into the Europa League in the 5th game onwards. Who's going to miss pretty much the first half of the Europa League. So Davies is going to be needed because you can't play Mickey and Romero 3 times a week. He's going to be needed. Thought Destiny was brilliant. You know, the amount of times I think we were struggling at first when there was obviously gaps between the defense in terms of them picking out passes and getting through. Destiny's recovery speed was obviously fantastic, but Destiny going forward, never have any issues with Destiny. I thought he's brilliant. Can I just shout out, though, Archie Gray? That boy is incredible. Yes, a couple of times made some sloppy mistakes, but he's 19. He's technically not playing in his natural position, even though he can play there. I thought Archie was absolutely brilliant yesterday, and we've got such an amazing player in our hands there. A player that if he was having to play right back or was having to play central midfield, I don't have any concerns about him playing there. I'm not thinking, he's young. He is young. Oh, is he going to get, is it a bit much for him? No, he was brilliant. He was brilliant, Archie. I thought he was absolutely incredible. Midfield, yeah, obviously spoke about Biss, spoke about Saar. Bergvall, yeah. You got to feel for the boy. You do. He was obviously distraught coming off, but he's going to get time. He's going to get time. It was one of those things yesterday where it's out of everyone's control that happened, other than obviously Dragusin. It was out of everyone's control. Someone had to come off. He will get time. And do you know what? I actually expect him to start a game soon. And it might be a Premier League game, just purely because Ange might go, look, these things unfortunately happen, but let me make it up to you. Let me get you some proper game time now. And I think that could happen. Front 3, Sonny, Solanke, and Johnson. Johnson, obviously, great finish. A Solanke assist. I think it was important for those 3 to get more minutes together because that looks like they're going to be the front 3 going forward. Obviously, I know Kulu came on at halftime. Didn't mind that substitution. I think Kulu's a great outlet, but also Kulu can hold the ball up, and also Kulu can obviously, link up play a bit better. So I didn't mind that substitution. I thought Johnson played well, all things considered, worked hard defensively. Sonny just works hard for the team. He dies for the cause, you say. I think he was quite solid, didn't give the ball away. Had a few shots. you know, another day gets a few goals. But Dominic Solanke, by the way, I think if anyone was concerned or wasn't sure as to why Spurs signed him, I think you maybe saw it a little bit more the last couple of games. And I'm not sitting there going, he's scored 2 tap-ins, that's why. Not well, that helps, obviously, but it's not the big part I want to talk about. His work rate, his pressing ability suits Ange to the absolute T. His ability to link up play is severely underrated. I really, really rated that link up play, the ability to hold up play, the ability to bring other players into the game. Yes, maybe it's not the ability that Harry Kane has, but that's Harry Kane. He is a absolute, once in a lifetime kind of striker, in my opinion. Not because I think he's the world's greatest ever striker. I just mean the style of play that he plays. He's a bit different to the other world class strikers the game's had. Solanke is something like that. Obviously, not like that in terms of totally, but I also think what he did yesterday, he was magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Down to 10 men, doing what he did. Archaeology at Durham, home of Archie Gray. Love it, Bazza. Good on you, mate. What's going on, Richie? Injured? Yeah, injured. Bergval had the saddest face I've seen in a long time. Disappointed is an understatement. Yeah, well, happens, listening, mate. It happens. He will get game time. I bloody love him. Harney was there last night. Try playing with 10 men for 88 minutes after a match 3 days ago. Tremendous clinical performance. Any criticism is silly. I agree, Cozy. I agree. Cozy, where were you sitting yesterday, mate? Do you know what, Andy? When we got the sending off, I threw a paddy and switched off and went to bed, lol. I was really surprised when I woke up to the win. Lol, how bad was that? Glenn, never switch off a Spurs game. You know the rules. You know the rules. Spurs don't do boring games. Spurs don't do games that you want to miss. You learn for next time, Glenn. Or, technically, I think you need to switch games off more so we continue winning more. I don't know. There's something in there. There's something in there. Are you sure it's different? I thought it was a 3-game ban. I could be wrong. How many games do you miss? Type in one-handed. I hate it. How many games you miss for a Reds in the Europa League? Who the hell wants to know about the Euros? It's an automatic suspension of 1 to 3 games with the punishment dependent on the specific act. But for a so-called professional foul, a player receive a 1-match ban. If the foul in question is dissent, it'll normally be a 2-match ban. If we're talking about violent conduct, the punishment is normally a 3-match ban. So technically, a straight red, I'm still right, but also somewhat wrong. So apologies on that. Yeah, he should be out for 1 game, which is, we're lucky. We are lucky. Great performance with 10 men for over 80 minutes. You can only beat what you have to play. Absolutely. Take out United on Sunday. Agreed. Morning, Adventurous, mate. How are you? Good with the 10 men. I agree, mate. Very good. Sitting East End 243. Nice, Cozy. Good views. Good views where you're sitting. Solanke, Gray, Mickey, Vic. The whole team played good. Best performance of the season so far. Yeah, well, Vic, I want to come to. I love Vic. I don't think anyone can sit there and say that I don't love Vic. I absolutely love Vic. But he put out something on Instagram yesterday, which made me love him even more. He said, a day that I will not forget. The first one as captain, leading this great club at home in a European Cup, and more importantly, getting the 3 points. Proud. This one is for those fans that are always by our side, no matter what. Vic, honestly, find me a wall, mate. Find me a wall and let me just run through it. I bloody love Vicario. I really do. It was like, it was so funny to listen to fans get angry about Vic and think we need a new keeper. We don't need a new keeper. We really don't. Look at his shot stopping ability. Look at his shot stopping ability just in a nutshell. Brilliant. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. He's absolutely fantastic, his shot stopping ability. The amount of shots that he saved yesterday, that's the amount of ones that were going into the top corner and he saved. The amount of absolute boomers he saved. Yes, okay, in the high ball, he needs to be a bit more confident. But in the last couple of games, he actually has shown to be a lot more confident. I think he's just gone out there and gone, don't think about it, go and get it. And I think Romero and like Mickey are probably looking at him going, I love you. I absolutely love you for doing that. His keeper sweeper movements, unbelievable. I mean, I was there when we lost to Chelsea 4-1, we were down to 9 men. And they couldn't work out how the hell Vicario could clear so many shots from 35, 40 yards out. The one he did yesterday, another showing of how brilliant as a sweeper keeper he has been. So yes, okay, under the high ball, a bit more confidence, fine, that can come. But you know what? If that's what I need to work on, and his distribution is actually pretty solid, bear in mind he has to do quite a risky job. We ask him, you play out from the back. We don't kick long. We play out from the back. And when there's no options, he has to find the option. He's got a pretty difficult job in that. And I thought, I'm sold on Vic. I could not be more sold on Vic. And after last season, after the first game against Brentford, when people were slagging him off, like Spurs fans do, obviously we don't ever try and support our players, slagging him off, calling him crap, calling him all sorts. I sat there and went, it's a London derby. It's his first game of the season, and he's away from home under a new coach, a new regime with players that he doesn't know. How about let's give him a couple of months and let's see. Lo and behold, next game later, clean sheet. I've got no issues with Vic. I'm a Vic guy, and I won't. That's me. Best performance of the season so far. United looked poor in their Europa match. Chad, I agree, mate. They looked crap, absolutely crap, which does mean they hit God tier mode against us at the weekend. I'm late. Did I miss much? You missed me talking, Gonzo, for 15 minutes. Talking nonsense, but you missed me talking. One of the best shot stoppers, perfect views, and a great win. Vic had one of the best performances today. Even the pen, he put the player off. His distribution, perfect. Yeah, I mean, clean sheet. We don't know what most of those feel like, and I can't lie. I'm not blaming Vic for not keeping clean sheets. I really don't. He's made. This is a great stat. He's made 0, and I mean 0, not 1, not 2, not 3, 0 errors as a keeper leading to a goal. That's a stat. That's phenomenal. We used to have like one a game towards the back end of the season with Lloris. Back end of his time at Spurs, obviously. Lloris was brilliant when we were flying in the late 2010s. He was incredible, absolutely incredible. But Vic is the next guy. We definitely need top backup for Vic. We do need a backup, John. And I want to see, is Austin or Whiteman that guy? Or Gunter? Is one of those three the guy? So we know Forster isn't. Is one of those three the guy? Because if they're one of the guys, then great. Let's not buy a new keeper. We've got one of the guys there. Bring him through. Start to get him some minutes, Hope you would hope in the cup. The FA Cup, if you get like a League 2 side, throw him in. I mean, Josh Keeley's technically at the moment playing a League 1 side in Leyton Orient. So is he another guy that you could potentially say he's the backup to come, or you know what I mean? The slide was Neuer-esque. Oh, that's a shout. Great win. Solanke was man of the match. He must be buggered today. I tell you what, mate, I think they all be buggered today. I think they've all probably got a nice, easy day at Tottenham Hotspur. You know what I mean? We need to upgrade the wingers, the CDM positions. I don't say let's sell what we have. They can stay as a backup. Rotation. Let's not. I'm like this. I need to get their rotation, not backup. 4 matches past few days, 3 wins and a lucky loss. Pretty happy, going back home, very content and full of hope. Cozy, you need to go to every game, mate. Because if we're winning 75% of the games that you're going to, go to every game. I tell you what, though, I need to go to Spain and you need to go to every game. That means we'll win pretty much every game. So we need to make that work, Cozy. 1 left winger, 1 right winger, and a CDM will be enough for us to be back prime Poch era. I was the tallest dude in my college team, so I'm always asked with zonal markings. Whenever I see my keeper come out and attack the ball, it gives me the most comfort. James, honestly, mate, I mean, I don't know how you feel being so tall because my height starts with a 5. So if your height starts at a 5, you were playing in a very small team. But you are right. Every centre-back talks about it. If their keeper is on it and goes and gets the ball, for them, brilliant. Brilliant. They don't have to worry. You know what I mean? They don't feel like at every single corner, they have to hit every single ball. If the keeper goes and gets, 50% of them, then great. All they have to care about is the other 50%. Hey, Donny, you're right. Lloris Prime, crazy days back then. Exactly. That's all right, Donny, all right about it. Yo, Annie, what's good? I was at the game last night. Petrossi, where were you sitting, mate? Where were you sitting? Austin seemed quite solid every time I see him, to be fair. I thought he was decent in pre-season. I thought he was decent. No, Donna, I don't have a heart. There you go. Not in the UK, unfortunately, for that, but we'll do this again soon. Cozy, mate, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you, my friend? Never been to a Spurs game in which we've lost. Tell you what, Petrossi, you better start going to every single game. You better start going to every game as well. Cozy and Petrossi sit together and go to every bloody game. I'll go to Spain, and we'll win the quadruple every single season. A bit expensive. The South, of course. I don't remember which seat exactly. It was row 1922. Oh, you had a nice seat then. Good on you, my friend. You had a lovely seat. I tell you what, though, I did see an incredible stat. I need to get it up. It's on my. I responded to it on Twitter. I've been active on my Twitter recently. I do not know why I'm so active. Oh yeah, it was Tottenham's record in the Europa League at the Spurs Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In their 6 games, they've got 6 clean sheets and scored 18 goals. And I just said, hand the trophy over now, lads. Let us cook. No, obviously, I'm joking. But look, do you know what? We've had a great start to the Europa League. I think we're 4th. If I remember correctly seeing, I think we're 4th in that automatic, you could say automatic buy into the next round because you don't have to do the playoffs. We'll call it that. We're sitting in a good position. Obviously, we got Frank Ross next away. Again, go out there, win by a few. Brilliant. Because, by the way, I said 3-0. This guy said 3-0. Just, occasionally I know what I'm doing. Very occasional. But yeah, go again. If you win the next one, you go again, you win by a few, then tell you what, you're sitting in a beautiful position. It was pretty close. Nice. You're in Melbourne. Cozy. Nice. I've been to Melbourne. I enjoyed it. Drinks down on the riverbank. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We see 7 or 8 more chances. Well, look, correct. We still need a lot in this squad. This squad is still not half complete. We still need a lot. I've got a serious fat, I know, right? Yeah, fair enough, Donna. Happy Friday, Andy. Proud of the result and effort last night. Great attitude, and hope it didn't drain the team's energy for the game on Sunday. Well, look, the key thing, can I just talk about Sunday really quickly? And I'm going to talk about in the preview, which I will be doing later today, is that Destiny played, 70 minutes-ish? 75 minutes? Romero didn't play. Porro didn't play. So 2 of your back 4 completely fit and fine. But don't forget, Man United, a lot of their starters played in the week as well. So 2 of our back 4 didn't play. Vic, obviously, is a keeper. You're not too worried about that. Bentancur barely played. Maddison didn't play. Kulu played half a game of football. Johnson played half a game of football. So when you look at it, we did actually get a lot of people resting, which is nice. Not going to lie, beautiful win, but Qarabag could have turned the tables. We also so probably deserved win. Well, look, it could have been one of those games, you know what I mean? I wasn't sitting there at any point comfortable. Even at 3-0, I was a bit anxious, you know what I mean? Andy, do you think we'll get anything from the game on Sunday? Our boys put a hell of a shift last night. Well, Glenn, you're going to have to watch my preview, my friend, and then I'll tell you what I think. There. Huh? Yeah? There you go. I'm going to leave you like an EastEnders cliffhanger. I said 3-1 and it almost happened. Well, I said 3-0 Petrossi, so what's up? Let's do this. Fair enough, Donna. Yeah, fair enough, Rec. I think, yeah, probably. So look, overall, quick summary of that game to finish up. Good performance. Did what we needed to do. We didn't sit back. We didn't sit on our laurels. Went down to 10 men. We still play the Ange way, and I bloody love it. If we'd sat back, I would not have been happy. So I was so glad that we went out there and went 10 men, 9 men, 3 men. We're pressing. Let's have it. And I was bloody impressed with how those boys play. I'm proud of every single one of them for the effort they put in, the show they put out, the resilience that they had. It was very, very well done. We look forward, obviously, now to Sunday, Manchester United, big game. One of those big 6 that you play away from home. Never an easy game. We've had some success recently, but it's never an easy game. So join me on the preview a little bit later this afternoon, maybe early evening. I don't know exactly when it is that I will do it. Probably late afternoon. So probably maybe 4:30 UK time. We're going to be doing the preview. We'll be talking about all the boys. Hopefully we've got a bit of an update on some of those guys that are going to be maybe missing time with injury and so forth. But we were talking about all those guys. I cannot bloody wait. United. Here we go. Quick little look on there. Ange brought his best. Absolutely. Andy, after the Dragon Red, I had to believe we would win the game. I still did as well. Will a Son or won't Son? That is a question, Manuel. We have to see. But there we go. Cheers, Glenn. Look, I'll see you all a little bit later. Enjoy the rest of your mornings. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. And I'll speak to you a little bit soon to talk Manchester United. Take care, everyone. Peace.